you have some people that use it for good things, and you have some people, and they name the name of Christ. They name the name of Christ, but they're on Facebook, and nobody would know that you're saved. You know, you got all of your friends got a gold tooth and a pants down below their rear end. What I'm saying to you is this, getting back to what I said before. In this sanctuary, especially during church time, and even in the after hours, we have to be an example to our young people and not be on our phones. I didn't expect an amen. I don't care if you amen me or not. We have to be an example because we have young people who are, again, every generation has some challenge. Everybody has something. My generation, some of those who were with me, you liked a girl or you liked well, if you liked the boy, then you dealt with it differently than if you liked the girl. You know, if you liked the girl, you acted like you didn't like her, or you pulled her hair, or you put her hair in the inkwell, or something like that. But if you liked the boy, then you pass notes. Today they don't pass notes. Today, you know, and in God's house, on God's time, there's some things we just have to stop doing because the examples. Now, I didn't say you're not saved. I didn't say you're going to hell if you do it. But in here, when we, especially during service, nobody should have anything that is that important. If it was that important, then don't come to church. I understand somebody's parent is in a hospital. I'm trying to find. I understand those things. I trust your judgment enough that if it's an emergency, that you would, you know, you might have to know some information. But in the recreational sense, when you're here in the sanctuary and you want to check, I got 18 messages and I got to check them and I got to check them and I got to check them and all of this, we're just going to stop. We're just going to stop.
Amen.
Amen. And I need your cooperation. I know it's habit. I understand that. I know there are calls I get from people and I have to give God his time.
That's right.
And I have to focus on him. And if I go outside of the sanctuary or downstairs or some emergency, we had one case where somebody was taken to the hospital from the church and they called back and let us know what's going on. That's church related. That we understand. Amen. But the casual things, we're going to just leave those alone and reverence the house of God. Now you can say amen.
Amen.
So the third thing, and then after this we will go directly to the, well actually it's two more, $100 pledge that I mentioned last week. Some weren't here. The Lord has spoken, and those who know me, again, I'll say it again, you know I'm not about money. $50 lines and all these things, I'm not about that. But the Lord said that, and it's a part of this fast, that he's asking every member 16 and above that you give on the first Sunday of April. This is not just one, but there's a specific significance to that day that we give $100. Those who are 15 and under, we said you can do 100 pennies. I'm going to leave it to you if you want to do 100 nickels. You know, that's up to you. But there's something significant about the number 100, and there's something significant about the day. And I'm asking that you trust me and trust that I have heard from God. I'm going to lay everything out to you on that day. But if you are willing, God will provide. And he will show you, okay, you don't have to buy this. Put this aside. You're planting a seed in something that I will tell you when we do it, I'll give everything. We're going to be right up front with everything that we're doing. It's not for me. It's not for the mortgage. It's not for the car repair. This is a seed you're planting in something that God has already called you to plant. And I understand this, that, oh, this is this time where we're giving a lot already, and we're giving for the consecration, and we're tied all of these things. I understand it. But God must really plan to bless you if he's going to ask you to do this during this time.
Yes.
Amen? Amen? Now, you can kind of, yeah, Pastor, just put a positive spin on it. But I believe with everything in me that God is going to bless us because he wants us to plant a seed in something that he's going to work in. Amen? 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 So in that, what the Lord said to me, and this is not, my intention in this is not to manipulate you into thinking a particular way, but it is what God said yesterday while I'm sitting, just writing, minding my business. He said to tell the people two things. He said, number one, I am positioning you to give. I am positioning you to give. Now, I don't mean just give, but I'm positioning you. Those especially who have been frustrated by not being able to give what they would like, see a need and can't meet it. I'm positioning everybody during this season, during this time, to be able to give. That's what he told me to tell you. Amen. The second thing he said to tell you was that in the spring season, if you plant, you will be able to reap more than you have ever reaped before in your winter season. Okay, I want to say that again. In the spring season, if you plant and you be faithful, and I'm not trying to blackmail you into giving, I'm telling you what God said, you will be able to reap more than you have reaped before when your winter comes. There's seasons in a time of spring. I was talking to Sister Paula this morning, where all the snow we had, it looked like, Hunter Mountain or something, all the snow that's up there, and the rain is washing away all the snow. And I was just sitting thinking and watching, things are growing. That spring season where it's time to grow. God is saying the winter season for a lot of us is going to be over if we respond to what he's saying now. In the winter, you're going to have enough to pull from what you've planted so that the winter goes by and you don't even know it's winter. That's what God is saying. That's what the Lord is saying. If you receive it, amen. Receive it. Receive it. It's not about being money. It's not about that per se. It's about everything that you need to complete your assignment being given to you. And you positioning yourself to be a receiver of what the Lord is giving. Amen? So I know on TCT, one of the channels is the Give-a-thon or the Take-a-thon or whatever the thon it is. And on and TBN is the Praise-a-thon, where they talk about giving. And this is the time for it. So you know what you're going to hear. Amen. And we as people would say, I've got my own concerns. I've got a lot of things. I'm at the head of that line. I've got things that I'm not concerned about, but there are some financial things that we need a blessing. But plain and simple. How do you activate? How do you activate the thing to grow? Well, you got to plant a seed. That's the biblical perspective, the biblical law. If you want something to grow, you've got to plant a seed first. So we're not trying to blackmail anybody into giving. You watch over these next few weeks. If this is the assignment God has given this house, what unexpected things are going to start coming your way. And when they come, don't say, oh, I can do this now. Make sure God comes first. Amen. Make sure God comes first. Amen? Amen. Let me get to the fast and then we'll get to the word. Simple Truth Ministries, did you have these sheets? I'm just going to review it. I'm not going to read every detail in it. Well, I don't plan to. I may read it and get so caught up in it. But I'm going to read the details of the fast, and then we're going to go to the word and let the Lord finish what he wants to finish. We see the first page, building up spiritual treasure is the focus of this fast. Matthew 6:21, where your treasure is, that's where your heart is going to be. The Simple Truth Fast of 2011 focuses on fasting to bust, B-U-S-T. Now, I tried to think of something that sounded a little more sanctified. Bust, I tried to, have something like that. But the Lord reminded me, didn't I put you on a PMS fast a couple of years ago? So, it's for to remember some things. It's not to sound, high and divine. To build up spiritual treasure based on the scriptures found in Matthew 6:19 and 21 and Luke 12:16 through 24. The purpose of this fast is to bring us into a higher level of faith for God's provision and the desire to plant what he provides into those areas of ministry that will help prepare people for his coming. Okay, that's the purpose of this fast. Our fast